Jean-Michel Basquiat was born in Brooklyn to Haitian and Puerto Rican parents in 1960 and left home as a teenager to live in Lower Manhattan. In the late 1970s, he and fellow artist Al Diaz became known for their graffiti, a series of cryptic statements seen around Manhattan, such as playing art with daddy's money and 9 to 5 clone, tagged Samo. In 1980, after a group of artists from the punk and graffiti underground held the Times Square show, Basquiat's paintings began to attract attention from the art world. Many of Basquiat's works have been likened to the improvisational and expansive compositions of jazz. Often themes accumulate through multiple references on a surface, emerging as patterns out of gestural brushstrokes, symbols, inventories, lists, and diagrams. Basquiat's work celebrates histories of black art, black music, and poetry, as well as religious and everyday traditions of black life. At the same time, his paintings and drawings offer these references against the American and global backdrop of the white supremacist legacy of slavery and colonialism. In his work, Basquiat integrated critique of an art world that both celebrated and tokenized him. He was keenly aware of the racism frequently embedded in his reception, whether it took the form of positive or negative stereotypes. Basquiat saw his own status in this small circle of collectors, dealers, and writers as connected to an American history rife with exclusion, invisibility, and paternalism. And he often used his work to directly call out these injustices and hypocrisies. Horn Players, 1983. Acrylic and oil stick on three canvas panels mounted on wood supports. This painting is an homage to the great horn players Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie. On the left is Parker with his alto saxophone, and on the right is Gillespie with his trumpet. Both players are considered among the best jazz musicians ever, and their influential style of bebop resonates loudly throughout the history of modern jazz. Parker's legendary jazz standard Ornithology, recorded in 1946, is referenced in the middle section of the painting. Jean Michel Basquiat was an avid jazz listener and musician in his own right, and this work shows the relationship between his improvisational style of painting and the alchemy of jazz composition. In both art forms, there is an underlying structure of rhythm, while the melody, or in this case Basquiat's frenetic brushstrokes, floats and skitters around on top.